Hello YouTube. I found this experiment which shows that fatty acid vesicles are less permeable to the external environment when a solution of an amino acid is added. In the original experiment, the researchers used the amino acid serine to produce fatty acid vesicles with multiple membranes, which are less permeable and have a greater ability to retain their contents. This is important because fatty acid vesicles by themselves are extremely permeable to solutes in the external environment. If we start with a single-celled organism which lives in the ocean, this organism has to regulate the contents of the internal cell. This cell cannot allow solutes from the environment to passively diffuse in and out of the cell because this situation would be incompatible with life. And so the cell membrane has to be selective about which solutes are allowed in and out of the cell. When you have an ordinary fatty acid vesicle in solution, it freely allows the passive diffusion of many solutes present in the surrounding environment. The experiment which was done introduced amino acids into the solution of fatty acid vesicles, namely the amino acid serine. The addition of the amino acid serine reinforced the membrane, which would allow the vesicle to retain its contents against the concentration gradient of the external environment. I replicated this experiment using a solution of amino acids which contained 21 different amino acids, including the amino acid serine, which was a component of the original experiment. And so here are fatty acid vesicles with no amino acids added, the control, which shows a double membrane characteristic of all fatty acid vesicles. In the experimental solution with amino acids pictured here, you can clearly see the multiple layers of membranes. Again, we would expect that these multiple membranes would serve to retain the cell contents against the concentration of solutes in the external environment. And so these vesicles with multiple membranes were likely the precursors to the first living cells. And I will show the original experiment which was done, which is the black and white image, as well as my experiment, which confirms the same results. So again, here is the black and white image on the left with the control on top and the experimental solution on the bottom. And again, my replication of this experiment with the control solution again on top and the experimental solution showing the multiple membranes on the bottom image. That would be on the right. And so these fatty acid vesicles, with the addition of the amino acids, were more likely to have been the precursors of the first living cells. And thanks for watching.